Hello and welcome back to the channel. It is I, Dave, the Tabletop Wanderer, and we are back with some more Shadow of Alnor, yes. And last episode, Killion and Frazvoz, yeah, I got his name more or less right. Killion and Frazvoz made their way back to Frazvoz's house, and they got there and Killion saw that this was just, the house was burned to a crisp, but that was just an illusion, because behind this sort of dome force field, the house was in pristine shape. It was not touched at all. So they went inside and Killian saw that the house was massive, and it was like the outside didn't represent exactly what was inside. And they went up this sort of tower that the house had, and Killian thought, wait, this house doesn't have a tower outside, but it does inside. And they were inside, up at the top level of the tower, and they were in the study, in Frazvoz's study, and they were talking. And as they were talking, these little sparks would fly out of Frazvoz's fingertips. And what that was doing was Frazvoz was actually healing them in the process as they were talking. And after that, something happened downstairs. They heard this massive crash, and Frazvoz, through this crystal ball, could see that they had an intruder, and that's where we're going to pick up today's episode. Okay, so let's get this done. I just have to do one little thing here, which I forgot to do, which is give Frazvoz back his power points. Okay, so our characters are all healed up, full health, full HP, full daring dice, full healing stones. I keep forgetting about using daring dice, and full power points. So let's get to it. So the two of them are in the study, and Frazvoz turns to Killian with the crystal ball in his hands and says, "We got an intruder. Let's go and have a look, shall we?" And so they start running down the spiral staircase. Killian just taking each step, 2 steps at a time. Bam, 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 bam. The little halfling trying to keep up, like his little legs he's basically just hopping and skipping and jumping from step to step. And they get down to the bottom level, to the ground floor, and Killian bursts open the door, throws open the door, and runs into the main hall. And he can see that the automatons are all just going crazy all over this place. The crow is circling up above, and they don't see anything. All the books that were floating from one area to the other just lay splattered on the ground. In comes Frazvoz, and he turns to Killian and says, "Ooh, sneaky little fella. Shall we see if we can find him?" Killian turns to him. "That's why we're here, right? Let's do it." Okay, so what we are going to do is, Killian has Streetwise, and Streetwise says that you can have 2D for stealth and investigation rolls. So we're going to give Killian his dice, because I haven't taken them out yet, because I am a nub. Okay, so Killian, he's got mind of 2, so we give him 2 for his mind, plus 2 for the Streetwise for his investigation rolls. And because he is pretty good, it is his job after all, we'll just give him 1 more. And I'll say that, oh wait, and let's do both of them at the same time. So Frazvoz, he's got sense magic. Right? Yes, he does. So sense magic, we are going to give him his casting die, which is 3 mind, plus 1 to casting, and sense magic, we'll give him 1 more for that. So he's going to be rolling, Frazvoz will be rolling 5, Killian will be rolling 5 also, and they'll have to make a DL3 to find something. Let's go. Not too bad. They're all successes, actually. Really good. So yes, they do find something. So they start looking around. They separate. And Frazvoz starts waving and chanting some sort of spell, and this blue smoke starts to float in and starts to move around the hall. Killion's looking, and he can see the smoke is floating around, and it goes to one of the bookcases and stops there. And Killion walks to the bookcase, starts looking at the bookcase, and then he can see that there's a scratch on one of the books, on many of the books, like they're all here, and there's a scratch that goes along that way, and it's deeper on this end than it is on that end. And he turns to Frazvoz and says, "Are any of your books scratched on its spine?" And Frazvoz says, "No." Okay. So he starts following that scratch, and where he's moving, the smoke starts to move after him also, and continues, and they go around practically the whole room, and he can see, Killion can see some more scratches on more books, and it's taking him, everything's taking him to this one bookcase, massive bookcase. It's the biggest bookcase in the house, and there's one book that's missing. Right in the center of all the books, right in the center, that book is missing. And he turns to Frazvoz and goes, "Which book was that? The one that's missing right there." Frazvoz says, "Oh, it's nothing important. The book doesn't really matter. It's what's behind the book that matters. Come on, Harefoot. Don't play games, not now." And Frazvoz goes up to the case, gets this little step ladder that's on the side, and he puts his hand in, and he pulls this lever. The bookcase splits open and reveals this sort of laboratory. But it's not a real laboratory. It's where Frazvoz conjures up new spells and studies new spells and stuff like that. They both walk in. This eerie blue-green light all over the place. The scrolls on one side, quills on the other. This ink bottle has been turned over. There's ink all over the table. And they both, as they walk in, they're looking around. The smoke comes right behind them, between them, and goes to the other side of the table. And as it goes over the table, it starts to form this shape. A shadowy figure starts to emerge in the middle of the smoke. Killion brings out his hand crossbow in one hand and his sickle in the other, and starts pointing at it. Frazvoz starts to conjure up a ball of flame in his hands, and they both go each to one side of the table, and they start to circle the table, and this shadowy figure of blue smoke doesn't move. And Killion, as he gets to the corner of the table, doesn't do anything, just goes and he throws out 3 bolts from his crossbow, and the figure just slides under the table, and they hear,
Stop! I didn't mean it. It's me.
Frazvoz closes his fist, and the ball of fire just disappears, and Killion turns to him. "Who's that?" Frazvoz says, "It's our little friend from outside. For sure it's her. Can only be her. Come out, little one. We will not hurt you." And from under the table comes Saza. And she turns to Frazvoz.
Who are you calling little one? Little one?
Killion turns to her. "What are you doing here? We told you to go away."
I just couldn't, you know. You did help me after all.
"Yeah, but you helped me. Call it quits. And how did you find us anyway?"
You really don't know? I followed you. Not hard to follow someone dressed like you and a little guy like him.
Frazvoz turns to her and says, yes, okay, but how did you get in here? She turns to Frazvoz and says,
That's tricks of the trade, my good man. I'm not going to tell you all my secrets. I'm Saza, by the way. Nice to meet you.
Frazvoz turns to her and says, okay, then since you are here and you're not going anywhere by the looks of it, I'm Frazvoz, and this here is Killion, the shadow of Alnor. She turns to me.
Ooh, you're the shadow of Alnor? I've been wanting to meet you for a long time now.
And she just runs up to him, grabs his hand.
Nice to meet you, Shadow. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
And Killion rips his hand away. Just leave me alone. Just go away. Go away. What do you want anyway?
Like I said, I want to help you. I just want to help you, that's all.
As they start to move out of the laboratory, they see something at the doorway. This shadow just across the doorway. Killion turns to him and says, heads up. I think we got company. Okay, let's see who they got company. What company do they have? I think I know. I already know what company they have. Because these fellas have been around here since the beginning of this adventure. And it is pretty easy to know what they have. Who is upon them. So I'm going to go right here. I think, was it in here or was it in Delves and Daring and Dangers? Oh, wait, it's here. I think it is. Yeah, right here. And who is approaching them isn't easy, simple. What are the enemies that have been here since the beginning of this? Snakes, of course. Snakes. So our friends are being attacked by snakes. How many snakes? Let me see. Let's grab 1d6 and I'll say it's let's do 2d6. 2d6 snakes. If it's low, I'll give him a bit more. 10 snakes. I will take that. Okay, so we are here. Our characters, our heroes, just walked out of the laboratory and they saw this shadow going by, and what they found as they came in was a bunch of snakes. Yes, a whole bunch of them. How many of them, you may ask? Well, ouch. There was 8 of them. 8 plus 2, 10. What am I going on about? 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that, and then we get another 5 over around here. Something like that. Just put that one over there, that there, that there. Just try and randomize this a bit. Okay, so we got a bunch of snakes, 10 snakes altogether, plus 1 big dude who is the boss, who is the boa constrictor. Yes. So I have written out all their stats here. So each of the small snakes will have 6 stamina, and they have strength of 2, agility of 2, mind of 0, armor of 0, and they attack with 4 dice. And the boa constrictor, which I just cleaned off all here, is constructi, and he has 16 stamina, and he has a strength of 4, agility of 3, mind of 1, armor of 2, and he attacks with 6 dice for his bite. Hopefully you can hear me because I had to turn down my microphone a bit because my neighbors are doing construction work and it is very, very annoying. So yeah, our heroes walked out through the laboratory. This is the door for the tower. This is the main door, and they come across all of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll just change this up so I know that that one is the 6th one. Okay, and that's where I'm going to leave this episode. I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.